Yo, yo. What up, Zach? This is Zachary. What it do, man? Appreciate that. Appreciate that. See what we got going on here. I think we're going to come down and sweep this London low, but we're going to keep an eye on it here. Book map is lit up down lower. What's up, man? How's it going? Charts are looking all right. We're just absolutely dumping here at the open. Let's see what happens here. See if it wants to hit this London low and then make a turnaround. Could just be one of those days that we dump. We do have jolts at 9:30. No, not. What am I talking about, man? My brain. 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We got jolts coming out. Red folder news. Should be interesting to see what that does. Right now, we're just dumping towards London. $500 pips on gold. Hell, yeah, that's nice, man. There you go. Liking the purple. Appreciate that. We're going to get a little flick down to that 754.75 area. Dumping. Absolutely dumping it at open here. $74. No way it gets that close to London and then just turns back around. You got a bunch of orders stacked up down there at 755. You had retouch into this gap and then a push back down maybe. I don't see us leaving London unmitigated down there like that. Here we go. Come on down. Fish Finder has a bunch of orders stacked up down here. There we go. Took a little bit of it. Boom, there it is. Picked up those orders. And more a little lower. Boom. Now let's see if we get a turnaround here if it just wants to dump. Dean, what up? Passed my advanced alpha evaluation. There you go. Very nice. Be interesting to see what this does at this level right here. We got PM low, New York PM low from Friday, down a little lower. I don't know. I mean, you never know what the market's going to do, but I don't see us just continuing to dump like this. We'll see. We'll take what it gives us. Got two nice trades yesterday, up 1.1 on the day. There you go. Okay, I got TP and re-entered at 680. Are you short? Is that what you're saying? Hits from the ball? 1 hour orb at 733. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see us continuing to dump. Keep in mind we got news at 10. Red folder news jolts at 10. So if you get into a trade, I don't know if you'd want to hold it through the news like that. Hopefully it hits your TP before then. Top tick short. Very nice, man. Well, then you're up. Pretty decent. Oh, you're on an ES. I know what you said. Hey, you're eating. You're buying lunch. How's the Apex payouts? They're good. Never had an issue. I know some people have, but it's because they've broken rules that they weren't aware of, like trading more than half of the allowed your max contracts. I think it's 10 for if you're on a 50K, and for the first 2,600 of your draw, or 2,600 of your profit on a funded, you can't trade more than 5. So I know some people that have broken that rule, and they'll get a payout denied because of it. They don't give you a hard fault the way that other firms do, so you got to wait to find out that you broke a rule, which is kind of annoying. But you just got to pay attention, make sure you're not breaking any rules. FTMO I have not used. Are Apex payouts quick? Within 2 or 3 days. I'll tell you the quickest that I've come across. TPT. You can request a payout like after the market closes. Typically it's like 9 or 10 o'clock at night Eastern time, and by the next day, next morning, mid-morning, you'll have that money in your account. Kind of hard to beat that. Same day payouts, very fast payouts. This indicator is this one. I'll put it on the screen. That's the one. Get an inversion on this one. I might take a stab at a long here. I've never used FTMO, to be honest. What do you want, a bigger drop for calls? Yeah, okay. First presented is typically the one that I like to focus on. The first presented gap. Order book's kind of thin right now, to be honest, man. I guess everybody's anticipating this news at 10 maybe, but it's pretty thin. If we get an inversion of this one, I might take a stab at a long, but again, it's kind of, we'll see. I'll take a little stab right here. See what happens. Let's stop below this. Target Asia. Might actually, I don't know. Let's see what this does. I think I'm going to put it just slightly below that. I want to put it below this candle wick, but that's a long stop. Put it right there. Just let it play out. And be patient and see what happens. I did a market buy on that, John. I executed on trade of 8. Typically, I don't like to do a limit. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I do it sometimes. It just depends. But I don't like to do a limit because what if you set a limit like right here and then price just blows through it? Like it doesn't even pause. You know what I mean? So that can burn you if you do it that way sometimes. But the way this is moving and the way that the order book looks, I think that we at least push up to 832. So I think we're pushing at least up to this area right here. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. I could be completely wrong. This could fail. We'll just go with it. Yeah, I'm not going to hold through the news because this is TPT. So wherever we are, as we get close to the news, I'm going to have to cut it loose, unfortunately. Can't trade news with TPT. I mean, we had a clean sweep of London low here. Pretty strong push higher. Inverted that one, had a retest. We opened on the retest, cleared, drawing liquidity higher at Asia high. We'll see. Order book. I'm looking at Bookmap here. If you're on YouTube, you can see this yourself. But there's clear order stackage all the way up to 832. So we'll see what this wants to do. Yeah, I've started really leaning into Bookmap. There are also orders below us stacked down to 770. So this level right here. So that's kind of why I have my stop where I do. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this wants to play. You would think, Ross. You would think. We're not looking so hot here. There's a sweep of that 70. They pulled the orders above. Now they're just stacking orders again above. Appreciate that, Sammy. Hopefully I can stop getting stopped out. This is my thing about trading live is I always feel like I do so terrible when I'm trading live, and then when I can just lock in by myself, kind of in my zone, I feel like I'm find way more success. But gotta get over that. Gotta find a way to make it work. Definitely getting stopped on this. So how much in profit were we there from the open? About 16 points into profit before it kicked back on us. It is what it is. What broker is this? Time to use magnets. What broker is this? I'm trading with TPT. Take profit trader. What city do I live in? Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Trump talking unannounced. Is he at that? Is he with the generals and the Secretary of Defense and all that? I was watching that earlier. Yeah, I mean, we got a clean sweep of London, clear draw on liquidity up here to Asia high. It's not a bad trade. I still think it plays out. Just like that, I don't know if you were in here yesterday, John. That short that I took yesterday ended up playing out. If I had kept the trade open, it would have taken a little while, but it never would have hit my TP or my stop loss. It played out yesterday. I looked back after I came back from class. I was like, sweet. I think this will play out too. Was that a 30-second it might be tapping into down here? Yeah, this small little 30-second down here might be what it's tapping into. I still think this plays out, but we'll see. Yo. What up, Tristan? Yeah, that's at least you're reading it. At least you're reading the price. Yeah, I don't know. People are yanking orders like crazy, dropping orders, yanking them, dropping orders, yanking them. So I'm not sure what price wants to do right now. There's a big sweep. Holy cow. I'm not familiar with Soundhound. What is it? Yeah, scratch that. It could just dump, man. News in 5, yes, sir. Think it's pushing to 721. I see orders all the way down to 715. They're yanking and pulling and yanking and pulling. This could just be leading us down to dump, continue to dump. I don't know what this news will entail. We'll see what it does. I did not know that. That's interesting. So is it like a service that they pay for, like a subscription service, or is it software they just buy, like a one-time thing? Yeah, we got orders down to 707 now. Look at right where we hit. I should have marked those levels out. I knew that was there still. I think we'll get a little push. Maybe. No, we swept that up. We might just continue higher. That might have been what we wanted right there. Those previous levels. Sweep the liquidity that was still resting there. We'll see. News in 3 minutes and 10 seconds. It's both? Okay. So they have to buy the software, then they pay to use it, basically. That's get them coming and going. I like that. big order up here at 65. Everybody was long on that, Dean. I didn't even think to look at the BTC Spaceman indicator that shows these previous levels. That would have made me a little more hesitant to take that trade. The book map honestly looked good, though, the way things were stacked up on there. I'm going to check that out. Soundhound, you said. Minute and 30 seconds. I'm just going to hit this SMA and then reject back. Watch. Yes, pumping. I think we'll see what happens when we hit this level right here. Yeah, look at that wick, dude. Holy cow. Just went right down to the weekly open and then kicked back higher. See what we do here. There's news. Pending. Jolts. Slightly higher than forecasts. Consumer confidence slightly lower. Michael, I've been doing school, man. School has been occupying the majority of my time. It's been trying to stay on top of everything, man. It's a lot going on. Tristan, Nathan, I'm not sure what that is. Try logging out and logging back in or something. That's weird. It's my new MyFund New Futures. Yeah, I wonder if it's on their end. You wanted that 1 minute? I still think we're pushing higher here, though. We'll see how we react in this 15. to the moon now. See how it reacts in this 15 here. Look at that wick, dude, on the 15. That's prior to news, too. That's wild. The 5-minute candle. This is an area of either rejection or continuation here, I think. Got a minute and a half till this 5-minute candle closes. I think if we reject here, then we just continue to dump real low. This is NASDAQ futures. Order book could go either way here. Yeah, big orders stacked up above and below, so there's really no telling here. No clear direction. Injecting out of that 15. I trade a combination of ICT. Look at that. We're rejecting right out of that 15, like I was saying. Touching in the SMA right there and then just rejecting right lower. This would be interesting to see how low this wants to go at this point. I think that was the hold zone right there. I think that was, we'll see. Could be wrong. I trade a combination of ICT mixed with order flow, man. I'm using Bookmap and using the data I see on there to combine it with market structure that's based on ICT principles. So I like to use the Bookmap as a confluence basically for what I'm seeing on the candlesticks or with the candlesticks. It's fixed now. I had to resign. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, see, we're dumping right back out of that 15. So I think we do keep going lower here. We'll see, though. We will definitely see what happens here. This makes me want to switch to my other strategy, but I'm not going to. You want to see me do it live? Full port shorts? I kind of do want to do it. Basically, what I would do here, what I'd be thinking in this scenario is I'd be keeping an eye on this SMA up here on the 15, depending on where this candle closes. Next time it pushes up here, I'd basically just have a sell order for like 3 minis right there. And as soon as it rejects slightly, I'd close it immediately. Yeah, just, I don't know, man. I think it just wants to dump. Rejecting right out of this 5 and the 15. I don't know why TradingView is lagging so bad. Yeah, search and destroy for sure at the moment. See if we just reject out of this 1 minute here, this 1 minute inversion. You're short? I hope it plays out. I don't know. That 1 minute inversion's holding. This area right here at London low is pretty interesting. Just reading, just doing it. Reading candles, you just do it, man. Just watch. Honestly, don't even trade. Just sit there and watch, and you can kind of get an idea of the way price likes to move and behave. Then you can, I would YouTube it too, man. You can, I'd say watching it's one thing, but knowing why it's doing what it's doing is another thing. So you can find a lot of information on YouTube explaining what's going on. Yeah, this is NQ. Maybe it wants PM low here. Yeah, this 1 minute's holding for the moment. As soon as I say that, look at it dump. Right now, man. This is not ideal. It's trading in this range right here. It's a range day, it looks like. I think everybody's just anticipating Wednesday and Thursday. Friday also, I think there's going to be some major moves made. Make sure you're not just FOMOing into trades because you can't keep your finger off the button. I have a hard time with that sometimes too. But make sure you're not just taking a trade just to take a trade. Want to be convinced. What's up, Angel? Now we're pushing higher here. Getting massacred on Intel. Trade options. Is that what you're doing on Hill? Yeah. I've added 2 EMAs to my strat, and it has done wonders for. Yeah, I like that, man. I like EMAs. SMA, I like SMAs too. And then I'll change up the length of it so kind of get a good idea. When I'm looking at this right here, when you see continued rejection off the same level, I like it when I see things like that. It helps. I don't know if that makes sense, but in my head it makes sense. Like it shows as an area of support or resistance, basically. Go down to the hourly. Well, you got New York PM low down here. I think if we keep going lower, we're going to push to that. What I could see is having a big wick that comes down here and then going higher, but speculation, that's all that is. 9 into 21, yeah. Everything's crashing. Yeah. I haven't even looked at individual stocks. Are the how are the tech stocks looking right now? Somebody just said Intel's crashing. Let's see what I can find here. By the way, there's this cool website I found. I'm sure some of you guys have seen this. I'm gonna put a link to it in the chat. But it shows all kinds of crazy like financial stuff, financial visualizations. It's pretty sick. I think we go lower here. Yeah, I think it's going to rip up to about the 820 level maybe, and then we'll see if it rejects out of that. Maybe not even that high. It might just go up to around the 810. We'll see what it does. Appreciate the gift, Ant. Yo, sick rips. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate the gifts. You guys are awesome. I appreciate that. I just went right, right to the SMA. Basically, obviously the SMA is following slightly, but it pushed right up to that level. And what's up, Ben? Please go down. You want me to help you? I'll see what I can do here. Come on. Trying, man. I'm trying. It's working. Come on. Come on. This is NASDAQ futures, Ben. NASDAQ futures. We bounce between NASDAQ and S&P. So this is S&P. That's what it's looking like right now. Not much better. There you go, Tristan. Yeah, I'm looking at gold right now on this FinViz. It's one of the only futures that's pumping right now. Natural gas and gold. Natural gas is up almost 2%. Caught a 700 short on NQ. Nice. Yeah, I caught a little short off of, what was it? I caught a short pre-market. Can't remember where it was. Might have been around here. I can't remember. I think I was up like $70 and then proceeded to give that back. Baby oil is up 70%. Yeah, it's because of this price action. That's why it's up. Sales are skyrocketing. This is not ideal price action. This is just consolidation in here, man. It's messing with you for sure. What was your entry? Nvidia's up. Amazon's down. Microsoft's slightly down. Google's down. Meta's down. JP Morgan's down. All the banks are down. I'll throw this on the screen because this is kind of interesting. Look at this. So this shows like the different, all the different stocks here, different sectors. You got tech, commercial services, consumer defense. It's kind of sick. This website's pretty cool. Finviz. I'll put the link in there. Links in the chat right there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this price action sucks. This would be good for scalping, maybe. Nice. I like this blue. Yeah, there's been, I mean, I don't know, not telling everybody to subscribe to this way of thinking or this research, but there is research that associates the color red with negativity or aggression. So that's one of the reasons I changed it. Not to mention it just looks cool. I had my FEG boxes changed too, but they went back. I haven't messed with it since. Yeah, Ben, I don't blame you. And man, if you're up $700, I might even call it a day, dude. I'd take that. I'd take my ball and go home. Look at the look at the wicks, the 15-minute wicks on ES. Verse of the day in the Discord. I'll read it. Let's see. Down 1,000. I'd take a break. I would take a break. Got too much good, more news later in the week to trade off of. Man, I said this to somebody on Sunday. I really feel like today and yesterday were days where price is kind of just going to jockey a little bit to get in. People are trying to get into a good position, like the big institutions are going to try to get into a good position to make moves on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday as well. So I don't know how. I don't think these are. I mean, clearly these are not ideal trading conditions. You're not getting the follow through. You're kind of just getting chop consolidation. Green all of last week and green yesterday. Yeah, I was down. I had a rough day yesterday. I ended up trading more after I got off the stream and did not do well. Verse of the day from Tristan here is Psalms 119:30. I have chosen the way of truth. I have set my heart on the law, on your laws. Amen. Amen. Yeah, Ben, you're exactly right. Yeah, I past couple of weeks, Monday and Tuesdays, I have not been doing well. With that in mind, I've gone into yesterday and today trying to keep risk low. What's the most you made off a news day? I don't know that it's necessarily been news days that I've made the most off of. I don't know. I'd have to go back and see if they were news days. The biggest day I've ever had was about 22,000. I don't remember if it was a news day. But with that in mind, just this is a good lesson to learn. I had that $22,000 day, and then the next day I lost like 24,000. So don't count your chickens. Don't get cocky, which I did. Like, oh man, I got this stuff figured out. I know what I'm doing. I'm a beast. And then proceeded to absolutely shat the bed. Lost it all the next day. Yeah, it's crazy how that works, man. I think every trader kind of goes through that where you gotta have that sort of humbling experience to realize, hey, it can be gone just as quick as it got there. You got to really protect it. Top three confluences. Well, now that I've started using Bookmap, that is the major confluence that I like to use. The way that the Bookmap is looking, sweep of a major liquidity level like a London low. That's a second confluence. I want to see either a breaker form or a clean order block with a break of structure. Clear draw and liquidity. There's a checklist I have that I go down typically before I hop into a trade. The one we took earlier, we had probably 2 or 3 of those confluences. I didn't take into account the fact that we had these lows down here that price potentially was drawn to. But we got a sweep of London, which was like right here. So we had London right here. And then we had a clean sweep breaker, or a candle closure below it. We had a strong move up. We had an inversion. We got in on the inversion of a 1 in here somewhere. Got in on this inversion of this 1, and we were targeting Asia high. And we went in like 16 points into profit. Probably should have just taken profit and gotten out. Did not, and ended up getting stopped out. So did it bleep? I turned that on. Did it really do that? I was curious if that was gonna work. I turned that on. That's pretty funny. I'm glad it does that. Trying to clean up my language, man. That's funny. Shit. Did it do it? Oh man. So it's not perfect. I probably have to be talking first and then it's just bouncing off this SMA, man. Your sell line's the rejection. Is it basically London low? I think that's basically where it's rejecting. I'm gonna leave that marked. Yo, Angs, what up, man? I saw your message. I was trying to figure out why it would be doing that. I have no clue, man. In terms of what you were talking about with Tradeovate. What'd you say exactly? Every time I copy trade in Tradeovate, it works, but when I click cancel and exit all, it only does 1. I haven't experienced that. Are you clicking cancel, exit at market and cancel all in Tradeovate, or are you clicking it like here in TradingView? I feel like if we bounce off of 812, we're going to see price rejection again or just completely break it. We're rejecting hard off this 15 right here, man. I think this is going to remain an area of resistance. We'll see, though. I say that, and every time I say something, price just almost immediately does the opposite. That's weird. Yeah, that's a good way to do it, yeah. That you shouldn't have to do that though. You should just be able to click cancel at market. Dude, I remember you, Jock. Come on, man. Can't forget you, man. You're a day one. Good to see you, bro. Yeah, I haven't been streaming. Started back yesterday, so we're gonna get back into it. All right, man. Take it easy. Good to have you. Was that you that was telling me about Soundhound? I'm gonna check that out. I'd have your stop right above that 15, probably at the 814 level. I think that 15 minute is just going to keep holding. You get back to break even, I might get out. Get your first payout with TPT? Dude, they're solid, man. They really are. I'm not big enough for them to give me a promo code yet. They won't. I've requested it multiple times, and they would keep rejecting it. I don't think I have a big enough following on my other platforms, but I wish I could. I wish I could work with them. I'll definitely let you know. Yeah, I'll definitely be throwing that out there. Yeah, their deals right now, it's kind of hard to beat, man. To like 100 and what is it, $109 all in for a 50K account for the eval, and they have they waived the activation fee. So yeah, they're definitely the way to go. Just daily payouts, man. They're so hard to beat. He bleeped on pucks. I might turn that off. Let's see. I don't know how to do it. Oh, uh, auto bleeping. I can't turn it off while I'm live. I gotta wait until I'm not live. It's funny. My funded futures, yeah. 38 no activation fee deal. Yep. I like Tradeify too, man. I haven't used them in a long time, but Tradeify they had some good deals going for a while, and I've heard they upgraded their Trump speaking. I like Take Profit Trader. If you're trying to build up a lot of accounts where you can take pretty large payouts, Apex is good. They have some rules that are kind of wonky. They have they have trailing drawdown for their evals, but if you can get past the rules and follow those, man, you can get 20 funded accounts and take, you're capped at 2K per payout for the first 5, but with 20 accounts, a 2K payout's $40,000. But TPT does daily payouts, and I like that. Yeah, My Fund and Futures has some great deals too. I know there's people that say that about Apex, man. The only people I know personally who have had issues with Apex trade very recklessly, uh, and that can cause problems. Yeah, My Fund and Futures has definitely got a good deal going. I don't necessarily focus on RR, Ja. Um, what I try to do is do the math on what is the maximum I should make that day to be able to stay within that consistency rule. Uh, some people say you shouldn't have a profit target for the day. I disagree with that. I think if you're trying to stay within the rules of a certain prop firm that you're using, you need to figure out what your profit target is so you don't make more than that, so you don't end up screwing yourself. I haven't seen him. Trade by Psy? I haven't seen him. Or here we go, Tristan. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Top Step's good. I'll check him out. Trades by Psy. That might be your get out point right there, Tristan. You do have some orders stacked lower, but it doesn't seem to want to go. No, I don't play skate. The only thing I'm going to be playing is Battlefield when that comes out in 2 weeks, or a week from Friday. There you go, Tristan. I don't know if you were still holding that. Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 comes out. Got out of break even. Yeah, I think that was smart. I played the Tony Hawk games back in the day. Comes out a week from this Friday, I think. The 10th, right? Is that a week from this? Yeah, a week from this Friday. Play and stream skate? No. I don't want to stream gaming. Micros, Sammy. 1 or 2 micros per trade. Absolutely. Battlefield 4 is one of the best all times. Yeah. Yeah, put some hours into that. This new COD is going to suck. Can't wait to hear people try to hype this thing up. It's going to be one of the worst. I think this is going to be one of the worst Call of Duties ever made. All right, Zachary. Good to see you, man. I would just focus on taking good trades, man. I wouldn't try to put too much stress on yourself about loss limit or profit target. I would just take good trades, take solid trades, take base hits, and focus on that. If you can keep that in mind, don't focus on, oh my God, I'm about to blow my account or anything like that. Just try to. I know that's easier said than done, but really just focus on taking base hits, taking A+ setups. You don't have to take a trade every day. You really don't. If you don't see something, I mean, I would not take a trade today with the price action that I'm seeing here. We took that one, got stopped out. I'm seeing nothing that is making me want to get back involved in any of this. I feel like my stream looks super bright right now. Yeah, this is not what you want to be involved in here at all. Yeah, just base hits, man. If you can stick to base hits and don't get if you start to win a couple of trades and you're building back up, don't oversize. Don't say, all right, I'm Christian, when you tell you set of rules and follow them. Yeah, set rules and follow them for sure, man. Like that's life. Like I don't know. Honestly, for me, where I am in my life, I have not gotten here by just like winging it. I have set some very clear, easy to achieve, but still like quality rules and goals, and I've stuck to them. Haven't been perfect, but that's trading's so much like life, man. Life's so much like trading. They mirror each other. If you can set some clear goals, clearly defined, achievable goals and rules, and stick to them, you'll be good. Yeah, building a buffer is cool. You got stopped out. How long have you been trading for? 3 years, 4 years, something like that. 3 years, 4 years. How much do you make monthly? It varies, man. It varies. I was doing really well this month and then shit the bed midway through. I'm sure that probably got bleeped. But we're building back. Yeah, if you're in a trade right now, I don't know what you saw, to be honest. I know Tristan got out at break even, but I think he was thinking short, which made sense down to New York PM lows here. But now that he's seeing what it's doing, he got out at break even. I don't think anybody else should be in a trade. Yeah, man, I'll be honest. I blew 20 Apex accounts and 5 TPT accounts, all funded midway through the month. Kind of just my head jumped. Head jump time, as my Nana would say. Stop following my rules for a day. Literally, all it took was a day, man. One day. And 25 funded accounts were gone just like that. That's how quickly it can happen. I'm the type of guy, when I mess up big. I do it big. So that's not a good thing. That's why I have to be so disciplined with my rules, because if I don't, then things like that happen. Bleeped on 5. I'm going to have that off for next stream. I like it. I don't want it to get annoying. What's the biggest takeaway from that loss? It's the reinforcement, man, that I have my rules for a reason, and I have to stick to them as bad as I want to break them sometimes. And here's the main rule that I broke: not stopping. Like, here's exactly what happened. It was similar to what happened yesterday. I took a trade and was seeing price well, but it wasn't immediately doing what I wanted it to do. And so I got out in drawdown, and then price started going in the direction I wanted it to go. So I hopped back in and then got in drawdown again, got out. So there's 2 losses when I could have just held the trade. Price ended up going to where I wanted it to go. And I got so pissed off that I just revenge traded for the rest of the day until I blew my accounts. And if I had just said, hey, I'm off, something's not right, I'm off for some reason, I needed to call it a day, and I didn't do it, that's what cost me. So FOMOing into a trade, not sticking to a set strategy, like a set setup, not holding the trade and allowing it to do what it wants, just set it and forget it type of thing. Not sticking to a trade limit of 2 or 3 trades. Breaking almost every rule that I had. I'm not really waiting for anything right now, man. This price action is not something. I'm kind of just hanging out with you guys and talking. This is not something that I want to see now. If we saw something major happened, if price picked a direction here and started moving very clearly that way, I might be, either looking for a continuation long up here towards Asia high, or a continuation short if we see price start to head down here. But at this moment in this range, I mean, I'm not looking for anything. Pretty much since market open, we've stayed in this, what is this, like a 80-point range here, 90-point range. It's not ideal. Got to break the rules every so often. You don't have to. That's the thing. What roids set you taking? I'm not taking any roids at the moment. Don't tempt me with a good time, though. Yeah, sometimes you have to break them to remind yourself why you have them, but it's like how many times do you have to do that to realize they're there for a reason? I've done it more than I'd like to admit, man. Unfortunately, I like London, dude. I definitely like London. Over the summer in May and June, I had really good success with London. So we're breaking out of the range here. Just gonna immediately turn around and dump. Yeah, I haven't seen a breaker either, man. I mean, you could technically say that this is a breaker on the 15. If we get pushed through it, like when you hopefully get a candle closure above it, then a retest maybe. But we'll see. You could say this is a breaker too on the 5. Inverted that 5. Longs might be good here if it bounces back to this SMA, but I'm not. Trump announced more tariff and it spiked. Did he really? I should probably flip that on. See what he's talking about. Fucking Jasmine Crockett. Yeesh. I think we're long here if we get a retouch back in. Yeah, we took one trade. We're down 43 bucks. Very weird. Price action, yeah. We get a retouch back into this 5. I might take a little stab. want to see this 15 invert too. Buns for show. This could be the manipulation leg, and then we get the distribution lower here. Blew your account. We took one trade. We took a small trade. Got stopped out for negative 43 there. There's orders up to 860. So Asia high, basically. Micros. This is the 5 minute right here. 15 right here. You can see it in the background. If you can see that 15 right here. So when I switch it up, I don't know if candlesticks are in the way. This breaker. High, low, higher, high, lower, lower, whatever it is. Low, high, lower, low, higher, high. On the 5. Nathan, I'd like to trade full time. If I most likely am not going to use my degree either way because I'm planning to go to law school, so I'd use that degree. That's the sorry, news in my ear. That's what I've been hoping to do. Let's get a retouch down here towards this area. The 798 area would be nice for a retouch. I gotta turn this news off, man. Can't have that in my ear. Distracting me. Yeah, it's right here on this is the 5 minute. We got a inverted 5 minute overlapping, semi-overlapping with a bearish or a bullish 5 minute breaker below. It's exactly right, Nathan. Yeah. It screws up your perception of money very quickly. And the freedom that it provides. It's like I can't ever, I was talking to somebody about that the other day. How am I supposed to ever be able to sit there and be like, hey, you got to get this done. Listen to somebody telling me something I have to get done in a certain time period just to make pennies compared to trading. It's like I can do this anytime, anywhere, and not have to, not that I have a problem with authority, but it's like, why would you want to sign yourself up for that if you don't have to? No, every 8 days, patriotic princess. Apex, every 8 days you have to trade for at least 5 days, making a minimum of $50 or more, or $100 or more. I can't remember what their minimum profit is to count as a trading day. But you can take a payout every 8 days. On a 50K, you got to have a 20. Yeah, I don't blame you, Tristan. God bless, man. On a 50K, you got to have a $2,600 buffer before you take a payout. Uh, 52. No, so you have to reach your drawdown, which is 2,500, and then you have to have 100 on top of that, so it's 2,600. So your account balance has to be 52,600 before you can take any payout above that. That's another reason why TPT is so nice, man. They have a 2K buffer, and then you can withdraw everything on top of that. So you pass the account. It takes 5 days. 5 trading days to pass the account on TPT. And after you pass the account and activate it, let's say day one of you trading your funded account, you make $5,000. You're pulling out $3,000. So TPT is nice. And it'll hit your account by the next morning, basically, mid-morning. I use Trade of 8 with Apex, yeah. Yeah, if we don't get a retest here, I'm just gonna wave and watch this go. If we get a pullback into this area down here, I'll be taking a small stab, 2 micros. There's Asia. Around 15 at one time. At one time. And that was recently. Right before I blew all 20 of my accounts. 20 Apex accounts and 5 TPT accounts. I got cocky, man. That's you really have. It's so hard. It's so hard when you start to do well trading to not allow it to go to your head, and you got to find a way to fight that, because you'll do exactly what I did, where you think I've done it so many times now. I don't know why I haven't learned from it. I'm still trying to get there, but it's like you think you figured it out, and the minute you think you have it figured out is the minute you're in for a rude awakening. Five accounts is the max you can have with TPT. Yeah, 5 with a daily payout, man. I mean, dude, you could start doing some damage with that. We're not going to get a retouch here, I don't think. We're already up at Asia. It's a different broker. Take Profit Trader is what TPT stands for. Yeah. Man, we're so close to 13K on TikTok. I just realized that. Need 109 more followers. We'll be at 13K. That's wild. Appreciate all you guys and girls. I need to start pumping out more content. Yeah, exactly, Nathan. It's not good. If you ever feel that way, I'd take a break. And that's what I'm going to do from now on. If I get to the point where I'm feeling cocky about my trading. I mean, it's good to be confident, but don't get, for myself, I'm talking to myself, I don't need to get to a point where I'm just like, I got this figured out. Take Profit there's benefits to each firm. So Apex has benefits such as being able to have 20 total accounts. That's really nice. TPT, you can only have 5, but they allow daily payouts. So there's different. Yeah, I do have a YouTube. ChristianTrades Live. Do I think UNC will be able to build a solid football team? Joe, these are the important questions. I think it takes time, man. I think it takes time. I think UNC fans are so they're scarred from past experiences that they don't have much patience. I think it really takes a lot to build a program, man, and they have a very young team. So I'm not putting a whole lot of stock into this season. I feel like, they have a very young team. They have a brand new coach. Everybody's kind of feeling each other out. If you think back, I was telling somebody this the other day, not saying that, yeah, dude, 70 new players this year. You think back to Mike Krzyzewski when he first started at Duke, they were trying to get rid of him pretty quickly because he was doing so bad. And now look back. So I'm not saying that Belichick's going to end up being a Krzyzewski, but my point is it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen day one. I'm willing to give the guy the benefit of the doubt and give him some patience. He needs to get rid of the distraction that he keeps bringing on the sidelines, and everybody knows what that is. But I think overall, in terms of his capability, he's more than capable of leading that team to having a solid season. Yeah, the distraction is, I don't know what he's doing there. I mean, I know I don't fault him for what he's doing, but I fault him for bringing it into the job. You don't need to bring that into the workspace. You know what I mean? Do what you want to do. I'm supportive, but don't bring the distraction into plain view for everybody to gawk at like a zoo exhibit. Juris Performante. I just saw that name flash up. The Perf. Have to wonder if Brady made him, though. That is true. But did Belichick make Brady? I think it's one of those deals where you could say that they benefited each other greatly. I think his coaching style mixed with Brady's just absolute ruthless mentality when it came to winning. I think those were a good combination. All right. I'm not going to continue to watch this. I need to go eat. Get ready for class. It's true. Very true, Nathan. But the question is, did he build him to the point where he was able to become what he was, and he was the finished product, able to take his talents elsewhere with the tools and stuff that he built with Belichick? I don't know. It's like, chicken or the egg type of thing. But you make a good point. It's like build and continue to win. I think that a lot changed too, man. Like, it's really hard. I think that the mentality of the player, doesn't matter what sport you're looking at right now, has changed dramatically over the past 10, 20 years. Kids are coddled. They're told that they're the greatest thing in the world, and they carry kind of an air of pampered with them. And you get that with I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old, but it seems like you see a lot more of that nowadays, where I don't think there was as much of that back then. And I think that definitely is hard to coach. It's very hard to coach somebody who thinks they know everything and that they're the shit before they get to you. Got in for a quick short. Took profit 200. Have a good day. There you go, Ben. Have a good one, man. All right, guys. I'm hopping off for the day. I'll be back tomorrow. Took one trade there on stream. Negative $43. Can't be mad about that. This price action is not great for me. We got plenty of news to trade off of tomorrow, so we'll be back and ready to tackle whatever the markets give us. Appreciate the follow, Ben. Appreciate everybody following. Appreciate all the gifts. So we'll be back tomorrow. You guys take care. Have a good day.